I just said King Yella. If you don't know who that is, it's a rap. He's a rapper from Las Vegas. He said, or no, I said, let me bring this up. I want you to see that one pinball machine, but the way I did the video, you weren't able to see the top components of it. There you go. So look on the top, the right there. You can see the actual cool components of these pinball machines. I said to King Yella, I said, um, well, he said, I used to hate Chief Keef. I said, well, I said, Chief Keef, I said, you made it quite far. You're really successful now. You got all this money now. But there's so much stuff to do if you do it right. If you know, all you need is a new place. You got your music money. You have all your tattoos. There ain't really much more tattoos to get. And pinball machines aren't that expensive. They're about $1,000, $500. You got a pinball machine. You can hear those pinball sounds. Pinball sounds. Heck, you could go to the local this and that, but what's better than having your own pinball machine? I want a pinball machine. I'm not law enforcement, but I work with law enforcement. I work with law enforcement. Sometimes, if you're asking me in my head over and over and over again, or whatever, I'll accidentally tell you that I'll say law enforcement. That's it. LAW space enforcement. Or whatever. But if I sit there and I'll tell you full, I'll be like, oh, I work with law enforcement, like because then it comes to the point where I'll have to call law enforcement. But that's the thing. It's like law enforcement isn't supposed to be snooty, nor is it supposed to be sexual. Because look, we have laws that protect us from sexual deviant crimes, or how about sexual discrimination? Where you make somebody feel bad sexually or less than, and you think you have a one up on them in the courts or in the world or under law or anything like that. Workplace gender discrimination, even gender. But now everything's fine when everybody gets in their place. Like everything's pretty good with my like, but there's all different discriminations. You got all different ones, not just sexual. There's the gender one too. But that's how it is, I guess. When people see, didn't meet a lot of new people in a really long time, and I guess that Toronto is a very big city, sort of like how this stands out in the middle here. This one here, it connects to a lot of different nations when you go to like one of these big cities. Usually you're dealing with these guys and everything's in the shadows. But when you go to Toronto, everything's sort of like put under the light and everyone hears about it and stuff like that. So that was a lot of new people that I met. And it was like I went to school again. I remember when I went to school, you when you first meet everyone, they don't know your personality until they really meet you. That's how I was. The girls are like that too. They're like, some girls are like that. It's like, wait until they find out who she is or whatever, stuff like that. It's like, oh, that's so and so, that's such and such. Some people are more quiet. Some people stand out. Some people don't. Some people are like, but that doesn't matter because, well, then those are the ones that really cared about where they were going to end up in the future. Okay, but that's kind of like meeting new people all the time, every day of your life. What character are you today? Are you that quiet person that's not meeting with, but some people live a whole lifetime like that, where they are that certain person and they never open up. Or somebody was really open before and then they close up. You get, or it's a healthy mix of sometimes they're open, sometimes they're more closed. But generally, everybody opens up a bit. If you can't open up somewhat or whatever, and you don't feel that warmth when you can uncan them or whatever as a person, then that could be a little bit of a sign. If the person won't, you can't eventually dig into them and get to some sort of softness. Oh, I see what that is. The gunner. Yes, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's a weird one. You got to really watch that one. Competition. Sometimes how I've it's like everybody's good at something. Everybody is good at something. Is how I've always sort of positively moved on from competition. Nobody, even your star players, your most favorite um person has lost something. Even your biggest winner, I mean. Look at this one. This one's a good one for me. The king got freaking punched and broken. Broken. Look at that one. Oh my goodness. That picture there. That's what happened to me. Some pawn out of nowhere, freaking boom. Just like that. I was a king chess piece, and some pawn out of nowhere. I didn't expect it. That's why when you're a king, you don't hang with pawns. But that was in a certain circumstance in jail. I accidentally went to a jail before. This right here is more or less what I think is fair law. You got two fair hands with the king chess piece. I hate those two dots sometimes. You were my fans watching me. Now you're big time. Duck duck boards. No, duck board and stilts. No, duck boards and stilts. Duck. It's like duck boards and stilts.com. And discover the amazing world of cryptocurrencies. Ooh, I like this one. Cryptocurrency, the future of finance and money. Smart theme. This is like a dummy text or something of my. This is a dummy text video, everyone. You want to know what dummy text is? Dummy text is like some sort of text you want to fill in a certain space or something. You could use it all different ways. Sometimes people that are making websites and all that will throw in some dummy text on the website to fill in like text where like eventually there's going to be written proper English text to go in the space that they're just putting this dummy text. So like they generate some dummy text, for instance. So I got like this text right here. It's not really saying anything real. Maybe it does. Maybe if you really decode it, but generally you can use it all different ways. If you want to decode it, you could do that. But generally dummy text because God has all types of secrets for the world. So maybe God did encode some sort of encrypted message in the dummy text, all right? But um basically um what is it called? It's like it's like it's like but yeah, they just use this text or whatever to fill in a space. Yeah, God talks to everybody themselves and stuff like that in the system, and then it's like a automatic human system. And but then you can talk to the higher ups if you chime in or queue up to them. And then, but you have to learn your higher ups, or you have to learn people to queue into, and you have to learn common law. And it's hard to explain. It comes down to education of your brain. Education is worth value. Is also worth a lot of respect and things because you unlock lawyers and you unlock people that can speak for you and stand up for you with your education of people and acquaintances and ones that are your friends with or acquaintances with, like I had said prior, to where you maybe you've never met them, but you've researched them and they enjoy that you research them because, well, they wrote their book for a reason and things like that. And that's another family of such and such that is behind you as a person. So that is another glorious reason why you educate yourself with many different things.